This week, the Necromancy team returns again, patching up the latest skill with a bunch of improvements and fixes. Before we get into that, if you do play the RuneScape-inspired mobile game Melvar Idol, the game got its second major expansion, the Atlas of Discovery, where 2 new skills, Cartography and Archaeology, have been added. If you haven't played the game yet, you can download Melvar Idol on most mobile stores and play it on your mobile device. Before we jump into the patch notes and look at the Necromancy changes, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you'd like to step to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Now let's take a look at those changes in the patch notes with today's update. So for Necromancy, they've made changes to the Death Skull ability, fixed an issue where the damage would unintentionally scale up with each bounce in certain scenarios, fixed an issue where hitting an immune enemy would mean all subsequent bounces dealt no damage, increased the retarget range from 5 to 6, improved the projectile animation as it bounces between targets, and improved the retargeting to prioritize non-immune enemies, then the player, before targeting an enemy that is immune. Ritual components can no longer revert to a locked state. Threads of Fate and AoE attack changes. They improve the targeting to prioritize non-immune before targeting an enemy that is immune. Fixed an issue that caused the Saren Godbow to deal less damage than intended when combined with the Decimation special attack. The Rejuvenate ability now restores Necromancy. The special attack for the tier 70 through 90, Death Guard, now correctly counts as a stun in certain scenarios, for example like Yakimaru and Igneous Zekhar. Bank tabs and bank presets are now named separately and will no longer change when logging in with a new preset change. Ritual components no longer randomly lose their durability border colors during rituals. Berserk Blood Essence now works as intended with Necromancy. Life Transfer incantation changes. Fixed an issue where the duration of a spirit would not correctly display on the head bar when exceeding 60 seconds, and fixed an issue where the duration would not correctly increase when exceeding 60 seconds. Animations and materials for the clock tower in the city of have been fixed. Pathing from out of line of sight to attack a target now starts combat correctly. Fixed an issue where Raziel's minions were not despawning when he transitions into phase 4. Improved telegraphing for his Finger of Death attack in phase 4. The ritual progression bar no longer shows progression as divided by 10 in legacy combat mode. Further optimization passes on the city of to improve performance while in the city. Aram during the Rise of the Six can now be properly attacked with Necromancy while flying. Increase the drop rate of congealed blood at gargoyles, nechrils, bloodvelds, and terror dogs to reduce reliance on ravenous ghouls. Next, we had changes to the Spectral Scythe ability. Improve the recast functionality so that the cooldown for the ability is applied on the first cast. They increased expiration duration for recast from 5.4 seconds up to 15 seconds. Improved the visibility for the expiration time with a debuff icon. Increased the number of enemies that can be hit with the recast 2 and 3 from 9 to 25 targets. Malignious Mortifier now has a Necromancy skill icon above their head due to the character being a key point of contact for the Necromancy skill. A warning will now be displayed once attempting to start a ritual with a depleted alteration glyph. This can be toggled off in Necromancy gameplay settings. And lastly, pathing has been improved for the Sparkling Glyph and Soulstorm random events. Moving on to some general changes, further information about how you can earn hero points has been added to the information page. There will be scheduled maintenance taking place tomorrow, Tuesday the 12th of September 2023, from 8 to 11 game time. All worlds will be affected. A maintenance post will be shared closer to the time and will update when servers are back online. Daily challenges now award 3 treasure hunter keys and 3 large prismatic lamps, while they work on restoring daily mission functionality as outlined in Friday's Hero Pass player feedback update number 2. Content buffs have been disabled within the Hero Pass. Invention weapon XP changes. Increased offhand XP gain by 50% now matches the main hand. Increased two-handed XP gain by 50%, which matches main hand plus offhand. Increased base invention weapon XP gain from 4.1 damage to around 4.5 damage. And reduce the impact of a cap that negatively affect weapon XP at very high HP monsters. They're upgrading to OpenGL 3.0/3.1, which means some older devices may no longer be supported, with the new minimum requirement for Android devices being 3 gigs of RAM. Fixed an issue with missing blocking on a bridge near Draenor Manor. Players can no longer place portables around adrenaline crystals in War's Retreat. Dagonoth Rex's missing textures have been added back. The price of the gravestones is displayed correctly in Father Eric's View Gravestones interface at the Lumbridge Church. And lastly, you can now craft 10 blister wood stakes from blister wood logs rather than just one. Anyways, that is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. If you missed last week's video, it'll be on screen now. Looking forward to seeing you there. If not, we'll see you with the next RuneScape update video. And with that, I'm out. Aloha.